I'm so glad you joined me today, and I want to talk about my favorite topic. We are back. We're talking about kids and money and how we as a parents can raise money smart kids. Ooh, still bothering me. Man, I swear the job I have is just like, ooh. Okay. So we have talked a little bit about the allowance and why kids need to learn. Why do we want to teach kids very early on, about money? But, and here is this topic. I swear I can probably talk about this topic for a really long time. Credit cards, and it's like an ultimate evil for most of us adults, just because they're credit cards. They're sort of kind of, they don't, you don't really feel like you're spending anything at all up until the end of the month when the bill comes, and then bam, and now you gotta pay the bill. So, but it's a problem. It's a problem for many of us to really control the expenses because we don't really feel the fact that we are spending the money. However, we actually are teaching our kids a really bad lesson, like really bad one. Not even the fact that we are in credit card debt, because most of the country is in credit card debt. No, it's something else. It's actually the fact that anytime when we go to the store and we go and we buy stuff, and then when we go to a checkout, we pay with the credit card. But is it really paying? We're not really paying. It's like I owe you kind of a thing. So your kids don't actually see you physically pulling the money out. They don't see that. All they see is, here, mommy loaded a whole cart with stuff, and now, she showed them the cart, and that's it. She swiped, and we walked out the door. And sometimes that's where, they get upset because, like, if you can buy bread and butter, why cannot you buy, a load of Pokemon cards? Because that would be just so much cooler than, groceries, because who cares about groceries? We only care about them when we're hungry. How so? But otherwise, this is sort of kind of a problem, and we don't think about it because we are busy. And if it comes to time to me, I don't actually even, I buy it online. So I most of the time don't even go to the store. I hop on Amazon and say boom boom, click ship. And if my kids see me do that, oh my God, that's even worse. So what we need to do is to have our kids involved in the process. How can we do that? So number one thing that we can do, once in a while, is better. I know it's difficult. Go to the bank, get some cash, and go to the grocery store with cash. Actually, you can even let your children, give them the money, help them do the math, do whatever you can, whatever you think the teachable moment is at that point of time. But do just that. Pay for your groceries with money and have your children see that you are actually, because they do understand that this is the paper money, that's money. The credit card is nothing. It's an abstract idea of something. So, but do exactly that. Bring your kids to the store and pay with, just pay not with a credit card, pay with real cash. Here is another thing that I do, and I do that with my 9-year-old. So you gotta decide if your kids are really old enough to do this. Pay the bills with your kids. So I don't know how you do it. I have a spreadsheet. So when the bills come, when I get a paycheck, I sit down and I write down, and I already know how much I have to pay for what. So there is no, it's not something I'm gonna do with my daughter. However, when we open up a bank account, we open a bill pay, she's right next to me, and we are doing it together. So just in case if your children think that electricity is free, that internet is free, this is one way how they find out it is not. Because it was, obviously she doesn't, your child will ask you questions. Especially if you get them involved in the process, he'll say, okay, well, now we're going to pay the bills. ComEd. What's ComEd? Oh, it's electrical company. What do you mean? What is it? So you're actually gonna have to talk about it, and I think this is an insanely awesome way to get your children educated about all the costs that we have to deal with that they don't even know exist. How insane is it? When I was little, my parents would go to a special, it was a store. It was not even a store, it was some kind of a building, and they would have to fill out a piece of paper for gas and for electrical, and would have stand in line and actually pay the money. I Yeah, different country, different time, but that's how it was. Our kids don't see any of that. They see nothing. They think that money comes, parents have a limited amount of money. That's sort of kind of what it is. What else there was something else I wanted to talk to you about today, about with the conjunction with magic plastic. Pam pam pam. Okay. Yeah. So this also, when it comes to with the credit cards, you if your kids are old enough, not obviously when they're 3 or 4 or 5, when the kids actually start grasping the idea that plastic, that the credit card is not really a magic plastic. It's the fact that this is IOU, and what you actually can talk to them about is how exactly does it work. The fact that you are borrowing money from the bank, and what's gonna happen if, and then at the end of the month they do send you everything. Show them the bill, print it out if you get it by email only, or show it on a computer. Show them how everything comes due at the same time. Do that, and then after you show everything, you show the bill, they actually will get an understanding that yes, somebody out there is actually making a note for everything that you buy. The Kinder Surprise eggs, the groceries, the Pokemon cards, they all come due at some point of time or the other. So, and then the fact that it's actually, it's a complex system for the kids to understand, but yeah, so it's overall that, yeah, the fact that we're borrowing money from the bank temporarily, and we only have limited amount of time to pay it back. And what will happen if we don't pay it back? It is right there on your bill, and if you happen to have a credit card on which you're carrying a balance, you can show them exactly what happens to this money and how much money you have to pay back. Do not shelter your kids from talking about money and actually understanding how this works, because it will come back and it will bite you in the worst way possible. It will come back because the first thing that's gonna happen, once they are able to apply for a credit card, they will. And even if they're working and they're making minimum wage, somebody will give them a credit card and they will get themselves in trouble, and it's gonna be on you, on them, gonna be partially on you. So, but yeah, that's about it. That's all I wanted to talk about really quickly today. And if you guys have any questions, especially about kids and money questions, do leave me comments. I'll be very happy to address, whatever topic you think is really important. And that's about it. Don't forget to check out, we just posted yesterday a new episode of Kids and Money series. That's the one. That's the episode that you want your kids to watch. This is something they can understand really, really easy because it's coming from the kid's standpoint. It's really, really cool. And that's about it. And by the way, on Saturday, we're planning to just hang out. So we'll come out. There will be no probably topic, probably nothing at all. We'll just try to come up with the kids and just chat a little bit about what's going on with us and, little stuff. Okay, and now until the next time, bye guys. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so we sort of kind of, I flipped the schedule on you guys. So I'm gonna do the talk to the parents about kids on Thursday instead of what I had before. Okay guys, that's about it. Bye.